Well, having a bit of a mad Monday really. Went out and purchased this. The guy that owned it said it didn't work, but I say it had bad petrol in it, so it's now perfect. It's a rotovator, or be more specific, it's the mother of all fucking rotovators. It is probably one of the most dangerous things I own. You've got all kinds of nasty blades going on under there. It does have a stone guard, so it is all original. And the rest of it is some really nasty agricultural equipment. So, what does it do? Well, you've got first, third, second and reverse. You've got your blades start and stop, and then a pretty cool feature where you press that and you can move the handlebars across so that you're not walking in what you're rotovating. Pretty cool. You can do that both ways. Now, I think it's about 15 horsepower. To be honest, I think it's a bit more powerful than it probably needs to be. That's a Kohler 301 there. And it's built to a specification that's just unreal. Oil bath air filter. Little water trap on the fuel. Fuel pump in case you're going uphill. Excuse all the oil, I'll explain what that is in a minute. Governor, obviously. Weights for the front. Yeah, I mean, there's even shock arresters or shock springs on the wheels. Anyway, it starts rather differently to how you'd expect. They do have a pull start on there, but you wouldn't want to try that. It's got its own little built-in handle, like so. By the way, you will recognise this machine from The Good Life, which is what Tom and Barb use. Probably why I bought it. I thought it was pretty cool. Now, quite worried about it. Reason being, where I've got to use it is all on a slope. It weighs a lot. It doesn't have brakes. And it's very, very narrow. So that's why there's oil on it, because I just tipped it over twice on a rather, on a rather sort of. But then again, I suppose who has an allotment or who has a field that they want to rotovate that isn't flat? So maybe I was being stupid. The other thing, of course, is this front piece, because that overhangs the front wheels so much. Any kind of slope at all, and the front just noses in, dives straight in. Anyway, so yeah, I got this. I put some fresh fuel in it. I've changed all the oils. I've checked it all over, greased and adjusted it, and it is spot on. It is probably the most powerful or the most torquey machine I've ever come across. I wouldn't really want, you wouldn't want anything more powerful than this, really. You can adjust all kinds of things. You can adjust the depth there, depth of cut. In terms of how deep you're going to go with it. You've also, I think, it's actually got a diff lock as well for the front, so that when you're travelling, it locks the front wheels together. When you're travelling forward, it locks the two together. But don't quote me on that. I'm not certain. I need to check the spec. Anyway, Howard Gem. Howard Dangerous, really? Well, actually, it's not. It's just me. If you want to try and use something for not its purpose, yeah, it's going to be dangerous. So no, it isn't dangerous. It's just what I've done with it that's a bit bloody stupid. Anywho, there we are, guys. I would thoroughly recommend you buy one of these. This, by the way, is the most modern one. You can tell because it's got the oil bath. It's got the fairly modern carburetor that looks a bit like those you'd find on a Honda. It's got the front weights. What else? There's a diesel version. There's a two-stroke diesel version of it. Don't fancy that one at all. And I don't know how big this engine is, but it's a bit, yeah, it's got a good amount of compression to it. But it sure do go. Make sure it's not in gear when I do this.